It's sweet
Ladies and
as taboo. I don't know why you said that, but
oh Lord. Oh Lord, don't get the Sade vibes in here already, boy. We be all up here with a damn candle and awesome shit talking about um what's going on, people? What is going on, people? This is your boys over here on Friday Night Madness. As you already know, I am the sixth man, K Styles. And as you see to the stage left, it is the mad scientist himself. It is Mad Mike Sports. As y'all already know, we are 2/3 of the heavy hitters, not the heavy hitters, but the heavy hitters, the supreme beings of the Atlanta Falcon world. And 2/6 of the unholy alliance.
unholy.
So, unholy. Cat rolls off your tongue, right?
Mhm.
But as you already know, what's going on, Mike? How you doing this evening, man? How you doing this evening?
I'm gravy.
But you know what we always got to do, man? You know we got to hit them with that.
Real.
Roll call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, no one.
Let me answer one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me do this real quick though, before you get to the roll call. I cannot stand this Randy Orton. All this goofy smiling. Like, what the fuck is up with you? All this smiling, bro. I can't stand this Randy. I just wish somebody turn on somebody so I can stop, bro. Set his funky ass feet on the damn ring, like, bro. Like, huh? What's wrong with you, Randy?
Hey,
Soft, bro. This is never. It would never be Randy.
Hey, he done got a hold of the Scooby snacks. I'm telling you.
You know,
He got
bro,
hold of
we
them
can
Scooby
tell.
snacks.
Come on, man. He's
Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you? You ready and you're willing.
Yeah. We can clearly see. Hey man, he getting that money right now. He getting that money right now. That's all it is. He 42 years old. He getting paid. He already close out the door. We can clearly tell that this is not Randy Orton.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I have to
say exactly. that shit look goofy as fuck. But yeah, Noah said 2/6. He said 2/6. I made correction. It's like 13. It's like 12, 10 to 12 of us of the unholy alliance. It's 12 of us. Mm-hmm. And Noah is one of them too. So yeah, we are all unholy. but yeah, Randy Kush Orton, boy. Yeah,
boy,
definitely
good Kush, bro.
I'm on that good Kush and alcohol. Boy, he on something, boy. Ain't no way in hell, bro. This
ain't much, bro. He smiling way too much. I ain't never seen Randy smiling this much, bro.
See, what would be perfect? What would be perfect if they would do if they would have Snoop Dogg come out as a manager for him? I'd be like, this makes so perfect sense.
That would make sense. That would make sense. That would clearly.
All right. Hey, look, all right, y'all, man. All right, man. Y'all ain't coming here for this. Not right now, anyway. But today's roll call sponsored by High Quality H2O. Mm-hmm. We got Joseph Thornton. We got YMOF Jamal. We got Noah Tyndale, Jonta Rozier, Jerry Bowie, Aunt J, Andrew G, Rodney H. I'm Vaughn. I'm Vaughn, one of the recent subscribers on my channel, so definitely appreciate you, homie. Jonathan Bell, R. Smithfield, D. Coleman, Trucker Mike. We got Nathan Floyd, Seekpo Basie, Pat Norris, Michael Walker. Not that Michael Walker. Facts, O for Personality, Black Heart, Elite, Atlanta Nation, Reggie C2K, Marwin Johnson. We got Yeezy in the building. King Quest, Trauma Locks, Tony Wright. And we got Cookie by Nature. And we got the OG in the chat room here, man. OG Sam in the chat. So hey, y'all stay tuned. But
oh yeah.
You want to go ahead and get straight into it, Mike?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
If y'all wondering what we're talking about, we have been recently hearing about DK Metcalf. Really, nigga? We gonna do that?
Right.
We gonna really do that? Hey, look. I'm finna tell y'all right now. It sounds good because you get an established receiver. It sounds good that he's one of the young up-and-coming stars in this league by the popular opinion. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. We got a 20 spot from Blackheart. He said, keep up the good content, AFN. Only us real Falcons fans left. So great to have good content that matters. Definitely appreciate that, man. To be honest with you, there's a lot of people falling by the wayside real quick now.
Mm-hmm. Suddenly they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. The blame is gone.
Right. But here's the thing about DK Metcalf. You're essentially going to be giving up your first 2 to 3 picks in this year's draft and maybe a pick for next year to get a guy you don't know if you're going to keep for the long term. Do y'all really want to risk that? Because either way, if the Seahawks are desperate and they just, okay, we just want one of your second round picks. If they're desperate enough to make that move, it's still not a guarantee because is DK Metcalf going to want to be here a long time? Now remember, you don't have a Russell Wilson down here. You don't have anybody like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting. Look. I'm gonna tell you from my honest opinion. I don't want no ABC gum. Y'all know what ABC gum means? Already been chewed. I don't want none of that.
Right.
Give me a fresh pack of gum. I'm not touching that. I like DK. I don't like him that much. If I'm going to do that, you might well draft Drake London with the 8th overall pick before I get DK Metcalf, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mike. What's your take on that?
First of all, I want to describe the good things about DK. I think he is a physical receiver. I'm not exactly sure I'm sure that he can't run every route to perfection. But with the routes that he does run, he runs them with aggression. He has good hands, not great hands. He has good hands. When he's on, he's damn near unstoppable. When he's on, I've seen him fall by the wayside for too many corners that shouldn't be guarding him. But when he's on, he's that dude. He reminds me of a lesser talented Julio Jones, and that's no disrespect to him because Julio is obviously one of the greatest of all time. I don't think there's ever been a physical freak outside of Terrell Owens, like Julio. Julio is just like I said, Julio healthy, man. You might as well just scratch up 120. He's gonna give you 120 when he's healthy. And that
ain't gonna get you no touchdowns though, but he get you that 120.
I'm trying to be positive, man. Ain't gonna get you no touchdown.
You left it wide open, bro. I had to do
I know. Nah, he ain't Calvin Johnson. Let's stop that. He ain't Calvin is a whole nother.
Nah.
Calvin is look. No disrespect to Calvin Johnson, but he was not a complete receiver. He was a one-trick pony, a great one-trick pony. He was unstoppable at what he does, but Calvin Johnson didn't run a lot of routes. Excellent. He was not a very good double move receiver. What he did, he ran them 9 routes, 8 routes, and he was pretty good with those crossing routes. But when you try to get him to do double moves, he's not. I want to say he wasn't great, but that's not necessarily something that you want Calvin to do. You want Calvin to be the guy that go up for the ball, the 9 route, 8 routes. But as far as like double moves and whatnot, being able to use his hips consistently, that wasn't necessarily Calvin's strengths. But like I said, what he did, he was damn near impossible to stop because, like I said, them 9 routes, them jump balls, you might as well just look. It's like Steph Curry. You just hope that he's off that night because when he's on, you might as well chalk it up. So no disrespect to Calvin, but Julio was the Jerry Rice of his age, his time. Jerry Rice had no weaknesses in his route running. Calvin had weaknesses in his route. That's why Jerry Rice is the GOAT. But DK Metcalf, like I said, with DK, I don't like his. He's not one of those guys I can see that likes competition. I've seen him get shut down by guys, and again, y'all know how I feel about Isaiah Oliver, but Isaiah Oliver put that thing on him. Come on, and that wasn't even the good Isaiah Oliver when you put him in the slot. He got shut down by Isaiah Oliver, and that one play was like 40 yards or something like that. So let's just be real. I like DK. He a physical freak, but I'm not touching him because you're gonna give him a $20 million a year. That's gonna be the minimum on him. And hell no.
No.
I'm good on that. We still got to worry about what we're going to do with Calvin Ridley because Calvin Ridley is still an Atlanta Falcon. So we don't need another potential headache because he is a diva. He don't get his touches. He going to start crying. Let's be real. Well, you seen DK Metcalf crying because Russell wasn't giving him the ball. He wasn't touching the ball. I ain't got time for that crying.
And he rocks different color hair every game.
I mean, think he a damn Comic-Con, one of them Comic-Con people. They'll be dressed up in different hairstyles and costumes and stuff. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, like you said, it's just not conclusive for the team right now to have a DK Metcalf right now.
We got to figure out who we got. We don't even know who his team is right now.
Right. Because like I said, we don't know. We do not know. Maybe one of these receivers put that hey, got a point to prove. You're going to get the best out of one of these guys. Hodges, Tate. Hey, you don't know. Mm-hmm. They call him Kyle Kuzma. The Kyle Kuzma of the NFL.
Oh. Wow. You really went there. Wow.
Because I'm gonna just say one thing as well, and I'm just going off based on what I've seen him on the field. Like you said, he is a physical specimen. But it's kind of what you were saying about him not liking the competition. Like you said, I've seen those lapses where if it doesn't go his way, he's kind of like, I'm not engaged and I don't give a fuck. And we saw a game, was it last year, the game where instead of going out of bounds, he did something stupid and fumbled the ball.
And fumbled the ball. He tried to be a superhero and run over somebody or something like that. And he ended up fumbling the ball, and that nearly cost him. I think it nearly cost him the game. If not, it did.
I think it extended the game more.
The game. Yeah, I don't think they lost the game, but I think it extended the game.
Right.
I think they ended up winning the game, but yeah.
Right. I mean, if you have a, like you said, you still have opportunity to get guys that can come in, and even if you draft one of these guys, whether it be a Drake London or a Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs, George Pickens or whatever, I'd rather take my chances with one of those receivers before I get somebody that is pretty much going to be a contract year for him.
I would rather get three.
Did y'all see what Stephon Diggs just got?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't paying for that right now. Remember, Stephon Diggs just got about $140 million extension. So he said he done set the market. DK looking for that market.
Yes.
Nah, I'm good on that. If I'm gonna pay for one DK Metcalf or get about 3 or 4 or have room to get 3 to 4 good players on this team, I'm taking the 3 to 4 good players. But
I say this all the time. I say this even with Julio when we had Julio. You can get a couple of players to equal his production.
Right.
Have 2 or 3 receivers with 900 yards or 800 yards, even 500 to 600 yards, and you get those guys to have 5 touchdowns apiece. That could equal that. Like you can replace numbers. You can't replace that player's skill set. That's the only thing. You can always replace numbers. I tell people all the time. That's easy to replace numbers.
Right. All right. So wait a minute. Is he ready? I don't think he ready. Hold on. We're gonna wait till he shows. Oh, there you go. Hey, we got a treat for y'all tonight.
Thumbs up, you ready?
Thumbs up if you're ready.
I see.
Oh, there you go. We got a treat for y'all tonight. We got OG Samson.
OG Lord, one by me with a gun in your face.
I go hard and everything in the place.
I said that. Ain't go like that.
Hell no. We got OG Sam in the building. Sam, what's going on, player?
What's happening, man? What's going on? What's happening?
Hey, man, we right now.
We got a whole lot of football that ain't nobody talking about. Yeah, we got a whole lot of football to talk about. But I mean, I understand why it is that we're talking about it. I get it, because we too busy, making these, do you miss Matt Ryan jokes? Evidently you miss him because y'all can't keep him out of the man been trending since he left here.
That man came in with the Mike Tyson left hook, man. Damn.
Boy, that boy, he came in with the goddamn first round haymaker on y'all ass, boy. Like, what? He ain't even get no body blows, no.
He can't walk up to a jab or nothing. He just comes straight.
Listen, man. Listen, over the last couple of months, these folks, this fan base has showed their entire butt crack. Okay. Ain't no need in cutting no corners. Ain't no need in cutting no slack. Ain't no need in giving them no slack. This is the uncomfortable conversation from here on out.
You got that right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, y'all wanted the white boy gone. And in the same week, he gone. We got a mobile quarterback. I'm trying to understand. Where's all the raw? Where's the energy at? You got your mobile quarterback. Why y'all down in the dumps? Because it's not
the mobile quarterback they want.
I don't understand why. He ain't Caucasian. I don't understand why. He ain't Caucasian, so it got to be. It shouldn't matter what quarterback it is. It's a mobile quarterback. You've been saying it for 14 years. From the time we called Matt Ryan named at number 3, 2007. Y'all been begging and banging for a mobile quarterback. You got one. What's the problem? I don't see no podcast. I don't see no posts. I don't see no content. What the problem is? Y'all were gung-ho for a mobile quarterback. You got one. What the problem is? Why you so quiet?
Because it's the easy target, and it's kind of like the same thing that everybody talks about with Deion Jones kind of being the easy target.
We're not gonna dress this up. We're not gonna dress this up.
Oh no, look. You ain't let me get to the punchline yet. You already ready to jump on somebody. I ain't even get to the punchline yet.
With an extended clip. Okay, I'm trying to understand the problem is.
I'm about to say, damn, do I need to come out here with the M60 on your ass?
Now the man gone, and y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. And we done signed the whole defensive squad over him, but y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. Cause man gone.
We got that conversation.
Oh, that conversation is crucial. But Sam, how do you feel about those moves? How do you feel about those moves, man? Let the people know how to feel about the moves.
Hold on one second. I think he kind
of.
Oh. See. I'm about to say they done got their froze his ass about. Oh, I'm about to say.
Yeah. We signed a top 10 corner. Nobody's talking about that. We signed a Super Bowl winning running back. Nobody's talking about that. We signed 2 very nice.
The hell just happened? I'm about to say. You think he done pissed somebody off already? Go ahead, Sam. Keep on going, man.
You know, we got Lorenzo Carter, who we all know, when healthy, is one of the better linebackers, defensive ends in the league. Nobody's talking about that. We signed 2 very good prospects at receiver. Nobody's talking about Tayton and the kid we just signed the other day, Bird. Nobody's talking about that. There's plenty to talk about. We got a full running back room. Nobody's talking about that.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying. What do I mean? When you can't call Matt Ryan name, what you have no vocabulary? Help me understand.
Say they some deaf mutes now.
Right.
Hey, look at this comment. Look at these comments. There's a couple comments here.
Man, these comments are crazy right now.
He said they wanted Booker T. They got Jay Uso.
Wow.
Devontae came with another. He said they wanted crime time. They gave us the Usos. Boy, like, what?
Hey man, hey man, them dudes about they close enough. I'll just say that they close enough. But not like
but yeah, man, and he makes a good point too. Is when you go on a lot of these, I'm gonna say these social media sites and stuff like that, you don't really see a lot of people really talking about essentially what the moves are they're making. You don't see where the strategy is going. I mean, as we see the strategy, it's basically they're signing everything under the water when it comes to wide receiver, corner, offensive line, running backs. You get a couple pass rushers. They trying to fill this roster up the best way, and they're filling it up for competition. Just because they signing all these corners don't mean all these corners are going to be on this team. They're going to make everybody earn every penny that they want. We've asked for it. We're not, but the thing is, we're not embracing it, and that's a problem. The OG got a point there. We doing all these moves, but the only thing, and we're not talking. And if you don't fall in this category, he wasn't talking about you. He talking about the few dozen that still got Matt Ryan's nutsack in their mouth.
Got a few of them that keep on commenting here. Well, since melted ice and all this bit, like he's going. Like, come on, bro. He's gone. Why are you still talking about it? Let's move on.
He gone. He gone. He gone. Try to wait Sam get back here because I wanted to see what he thought about these how he would grade this offseason so far. I know that's gonna be the next question I ask. How, like, Mike, how would you grade this offseason so far? And you could base it also on what do you think the strategy that they're trying to implement here?
From what I can see on the offensive side of the ball, I think they're putting in place guys that's going to be it's like, all right, you have a plan to build, and this is going to be wild as hell. I don't even know why I'm even saying this, but let's just say you at a strip club, all right?
Okay.
You got a few girls there. You know, you got the skinny one, but you need the bad bitch, the one with the big fat ass, the titties, all that. Like you need the main attraction, the one that's gonna bring in all the money. Everybody gonna go crazy over. That's what the Falcons are doing right now. They just putting a bunch of a bunch of skinny women in front of it. Everybody, all right, I see what y'all doing. Oh, she bad, but the one.
Oh, you talking about the
one that's gonna come in and just that's what they doing. That's what the Falcons are doing, man. You see what I'm saying? I can't use the vocabulary I want to use, but you kind of see what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. They say they building their roster up with the ones got the bullet wounds and the C-section scars.
The bullet wounds. I wouldn't go quite like that, but yeah.
The strippers with the bullet wounds and the C-section scars. Because you gotta fill up a roster because you know it's a motherfucker with motherfucker drinking. You ain't seeing
when you drinking, everybody look good.
Exactly. So it's cool. But then when about 1 o'clock come on, and that's when the real bad ones come on.
Will show up.
That's what this draft is gonna be. All right.
I think we're gonna have people on our next with that.
Oh my goodness!
I'm being cyber.
Hey, look! There's a big difference between going to Magic City and then going.
You're right.
And they going out to the trailer park looking for the the hussy in the trailer park.
Yeah.
Oh man. No.
Entertain. That's all.
We gotta keep them entertained here a little bit. Had to throw a little analogy they wasn't ready for.
Right.
But Sam, how do you feel? How do you feel about this offseason so far? What do you think that their main goal is based on their move?
Well, like I said this morning, now that the emotional swelling has gone down, and some of us can see clearly. They're making clearly now to address the defense and address our receiving problem and address our running back problem. I mean, they're methodically going by the football handbook of putting this thing together. They have some of the choices in the moves and the way they did some of this stuff. Just a lot to be desired, but at the end of the day, they're about the business of football, and I'm more intrigued and interested, you know what I'm saying, to get to OTAs and training camp with a finished product.
I like that. I like that. Hey, we got another one of the Unholy Alliance coming in.
What's up, y'all?
Right. AKA Devontae in the building.
What's up, y'all?
I don't think
that's freaks right now. Just the new start quarterback of 2023. Don't worry about it.
The dirty Twix in the house.
Dirty. Diddy Dirty Money. What's going on, man?
Dirty Money. Wow.
Just came out here to echo some of the stuff that's OG saying. Now we're gonna talk about some real actual content. We're gonna talk about some real content. They done brought in a bunch of free agents. Them other content creators don't want to talk about it, but we gonna talk about it. I don't care if you don't know who Elijah Wilkinson, Jermaine Ifedi, Arden Tate, Kadell Hart, Jameer Bird is. We gonna tell you.
Boy, you better stop name dropping.
I care about the team that much. I can read the whole damn free agency list, and I'm at work. I don't even got to have to pull my phone out.
Hey, but what would be your grade on all those moves though? And where do you think this is setting up for in the draft?
I think it's setting up for a very defensive draft because they're telling you that they're stockpiling depth. That's why I said to the fans on Twitter, you got to watch what they're not doing, not what they're doing. Because the only people they've added on defense really is competition at corner, one edge, and re-sign nose tackle. That tells you there's a lot of open spots that they need to fill up, and they're constantly about to do it at the draft.
I don't think it's necessarily going to be competition back there in the backfield. I think that Dean Pease is filling the holes for what he want to get in his bag for. I mean, if the Casey signing was huge, signing this other quarterback, just like you said, you know what I'm saying? We talking depth. We talking the ability to do other things. We talking blitz from the slot, blitz from the dime spot. You know what I'm saying? You know, zone blitz coverage. And all these guys, both these corners, and bringing Eric Harris back, because quiet as it kept. People talk what they say what they want to say about Eric Harris. But he's a good zone player, and he's a damn good hitter. You can't teach that.
One thing that isn't really talked about is that no matter if you want to say the rebuild, retool word or not, you have to have veterans on the team to help out.
Exactly.
So don't get caught up in why they bring Eric Harris back, which I thought we was going to start Tease Tabor. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but Tease Tabor.
Whatever his name is.
Dean Marlowe, all them guys, we was going to start them. No. This is setting up a team to allow Jalen Hawkins and Richard Grant to grow. But you need competition back there. And you need veterans. So that's why I don't understand we need to trade Debo where he had one bad season. They need to get out of here. Like, come on now. People are always talking about cap space.
That ain't even true.
Who you going to sign with it? The undrafted free agents? That's what you need the cap space for?
You want to get rid of the 10th best tackler in the league. Go figure. That same tackler led the NFL in tackles for losses, but you want to get rid of him though. Make it make sense.
No matter that he was learning a new defense and a new position. Don't care about that. They just look at his pockets and think we can spread it around somewhere else.
You said it too. He was the 10th best tackler, but he had a bad season because he missed 17 tackles out of 150 tackles.
That's a great season to me. Y'all want to keep looking at PFF grades instead of using your own damn eyes and watching the game.
So, do you think the people using the PFF grades are actually the ones that don't really trust their eyes and judgment? They just going off.
Kstylzz, I could guarantee it, like Charles Barkley. They look at that grade and be like, "Yeah, 34. What? He's terrible." That's what people do. Whenever we sign a free agent, they go on PFF, look at the grade. If it ain't nothing green, they think the dudes suck.
Yeah. But yeah, and then like you said, we signed a corner today and Mike Ford. I mean, shit, he's a special teams guy.
Yup.
So, the type of
hey, there's 3 phases of the game. 3 phases of the game, bro.
We probably lead the league in corners on the roster right now. They tell me how much competition is needed for this team.
Are they telling you that there will be no sauce in that secondary?
ain't no hand to position now. I know we drafted 2 last year, but then we done brought in about 10 more. So y'all get last 2 positions.
And we still ain't going to Hamilton Mill.
Only people safe to me is AJ and then AJ, Casey, and Isaiah maybe. Everybody else, y'all gonna have to fight for your life.
Well,
and we still got Kendall Sheffield on the goddamn roster. I'm still trying to figure that out.
That's just $2 million in the savings account. Don't worry about that one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wow.
That's right.
They said that's going in the savings account. Okay. We're gonna need that just in case. Oh shit, my car went out. Oh, let me go ahead and get rid of that motherfucker. Okay, I get my $2 million back. Bang.
But if he come back healthy now, I mean that's a solid 4th corner. So I ain't gonna just write him off yet.
But what about Darren Hall?
Same thing. They all solid. That's what's making me mad. Thinking about it. And then Avery Williams, they talking about he a weapon. I ain't seeing it yet, but he is a good kick returner.
Yeah,
what they want to do and move him around, it's a possibility.
That's the weapon. Field position is part of this game, man. That's the weapon. When you ain't got problems of turning over the ball on special teams. When you got guys like that can catch the ball, get you 10, 15, 20, 30 yards on the run. I mean, field position. Yes, he's a weapon.
Right.
Yes,
okay. Hey, shit. We need all of that shit. Did you see the lack of weapons we had last year? I'll use anything right now.
Look, at the top of that list, like I've been saying for the last week, 2,200 plus yards given up on the ground. I don't understand why we're even having a conversation about a quarterback or a defensive back.
I mean, if you want to trade back in the first and grab one just to get that 50th option, cool. With that 8th pick, I need an impact defender, man. I'm sorry, I don't care who you think it is. I need it.
Right.
Everybody keeps saying we need to get Sauce Gardner for what? To be the 11,000 corner.
But here's the issue too, and a lot of people, and we've all been telling these folks this. You pick up, and I'm not finna call him no damn Sauce Gardner. Ahmed Gardner.
Yeah.
Ahmad Gardner.
I'm not calling no grown ass man no damn Sauce. I'm sorry.
He said.
Look, I'm just saying. We got a 6'3", 200 pounds something named Cookie over here. I'm just saying, what's the problem with Sauce? I'm just saying.
Why you gotta do me like that?
Damn, killed your ass. He killed your ass. But Mr. Taylor here had a question too. He said he believed that they're setting it up the first round to be on offense.
Based on what?
Well, I'm sorry. What are you looking at?
They didn't sign 3 receivers. All could really be the top.
Wide running backs. They don't sign 2, 3 offensive linemen.
Where in the tea leaves? I'm just saying, where in the tea leaves through all this signing do you see anything that says setting up for an offensive move?
Like I said earlier, you got to look at what they did not do. How many edge rushers did they sign? Just one.
One.
What an interior defensive lineman? I don't think I've seen one outside of re-signing Anthony Rush.
None. We bought Rush.
We let a lot of them go.
Yeah,
we got a lot of them on future contracts right now, so that lets you know that they
all
may
of
or may
those
not make
that
the team.
performed last year we brought back. Rush, he filled the need. We brought him back. Eric Harris filled the need. We brought him back. It's simple.
Everybody else is on future contracts.
Anything remotely offensive coming with these moves that have been done.
Everybody else really on training camp and preseason contracts. So we do got to actually fill the team with people that you believe in.
If you was really looking at it like you're supposed to be looking at it, you will understand right now we on countdown. Because between now and draft day, matter of fact, by the time 48 hours before draft day get here, and Grady Jarrett is still a Falcon, that means he's still going to be a Falcon.
Yeah, each day that passes, that lets you know he's still going to be a Falcon. I don't know why people keep thinking that we need to just get rid of every good player on the team and then somehow we're going to bounce back.
They said that Matt knew how they felt about him, and they traded him out of him.
There's no professional player or coach.
Real good. That whole, we love you. We feel very good about you. And he knows how we feel about him. And you're on the next train smoking up out of him. I mean,
there's nobody really looking forward to just jumping to next year. There's no way you can do this. I don't want the fans to start thinking, well, we got money next year. Let's just think about that.
It just boiled down to what Mike said a couple of weeks ago. They getting their guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting their guys.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Marquise, what do you mean by Falcoholic use analytics and all you guys use the eye test? Kind of elaborate, because I don't understand. Because I think Devontae kind of know where I'm going to go with this. I always say this: don't get caught up in analytics. Don't get caught up in the eye test. Don't get caught up in film. You got to use all that together. And I think this is one of the main reasons why a lot of people end up missing on prospects, because they look at the 40 time, they look at, he only had 30 yards and this type of stuff. You got to use all that and put all that together to come up with a conclusion. That's why you got guys, a lot of platforms that end up falling, because they're using one particular thing to base their opinions on. And in football, coaches don't worry about that type of stuff, because there are things in football that analytics can't explain. They can't explain why Calvin Ridley ended up quitting. Analytics, film, it can't explain that type of shit. Okay? You can't explain why Matt Ryan. Analytics can't explain why Matt Ryan kept getting his ass smashed and why Mike Davis kept tiptoeing. Okay? They can't explain that type of stuff. Film can't explain that type of stuff. What's in his head? So I understand that, you can use analytics, you can use film, and you can use the combine numbers, at a certain point to kind of get an idea of what players. But when you base your entire opinion on those things, you're going to end up feeling. And this is how guys like Tom Brady end up slipping through the cracks. Grady Jarrett end up slipping through the cracks. T.O., Jerry Rice, Shannon Sharp. They don't test well, but they end up playing some good ass football. Nobody would have thought that Mike Allstott would be one of the best fullbacks of all time. Mm-hmm. Even little ass Warwick Dunn. You look at his little bit of ass like, yeah, I'm gonna smash his ass, and then you go in there and try to catch him, and they like goddamn Sonic the Hedgehog. It's all over the damn.
all these rules are just meant to be complementary. Not one is supposed to be above the other, man. Like when you look at these PFF grades, please take them with a grain of salt, man. You actually got to watch the game. and assess certain things about what position they are, why they're using this technique, all type of stuff. Also, stop looking at what team they came from and thinking they just suck. I don't care how many damn Chicago Bears we signed. Do they fit the Atlanta Falcons? That's the question we need to be answering. I've seen people just question who this is, why we keep getting this Bears. Like, when we signed Jermaine Ifedi, everybody just wanted to say he sucked. What they didn't tell you that he only let up 4 sacks in the past 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
That's pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody want to talk about it because where he came from.
Uh-huh.
His best
look,
season
look,
he was
look,
playing right guard, and he had to split time at tackle because of the injuries at tackle. He only let up 4 sacks in the past 2 seasons.
Mm.
And you know, I'm gonna say this about analytics. The perfect example of what analytics get you is the NBA. Unemployed is what analytics get you. Okay. You know,
the damn 76ers based their whole entire franchise on that.
Right.
You want to try to diss the eye test. The eye test tells you that King Henry is the toughest and most dominant running back in the NFL right now. The eye test tells you, okay, that defenses are amongst, figuring out this RPO crap. The eye test tells you that when you run the ball, you shorten the game. You take possessions away from the other team. When your defense gets off the field on third down, the eye test tells you what football is. Analytics just gives you a bunch of numbers on a piece of paper with squiggly lines on the chart base. That's what analytics does for you.
Yeah, it takes away. Hey, look, I'm about to say that shit just takes away from you using your own damn judgment. And I think that's the problem where you have a lot of the casual football fans, not just Falcon fans, but casual football fans in itself. And I think this is where fantasy football has kind of fucked the game up for a lot of people as well, because everybody's looking at stats and, like you said, analytical numbers and percentages and stuff like that. And you just got to look. Okay, you see the team that they got. Look at how they play. Boom. That's all you got to see right there.
Right.
I could tell you right now, Derrick Henry may be one of the biggest running backs, but I could tell you right now, he's only effective. He's not effective when they down in the game.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Let me say this real quick. That I understand that people rated Jalen Mayfield the worst guard last season, but what they're not telling you is that he actually improved. No one wants to talk about that. How he actually led our rushing attack in the late season. Why do you think they kept having Cordero Patterson run to the left side? It's not because of Jake Matthews. I'll tell you that now. All them numbers and all that don't tell you that, though. They want to just push a player down. If you actually look, you will see that he improved. But no one wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to talk about how can we replace him after one rookie season. Can't keep replacing everybody and thinking everything going to be cohesive.
Right. And then you also got to think about it. He's learning a new position as we speak. He wasn't even supposed to have been a guard in the first place.
Right. He was drafted right tackle.
He was supposed to be the backup tackle to Caleb McGarry, but what happened? Josh Andrews got hurt.
It was a blessing and a curse. Josh Andrews broke his hand right before we won.
Oh,
that's
my
why he's
God. This here, Jesus Christ. What did that comment?
Thomas Demetra. You can damn tell by the way he drafted. That whole 2012 draft class was all analytics.
Mm-hmm.
This right here. Jesus.
Y'all want to explain why we drafted Deidre Sinat and immediately replaced him? What was the point of that?
Right. You essentially drafted him to replace Grady, but found out that Grady wasn't going nowhere. Now you just wasted a draft pick because they wasn't going to use it.
The whole philosophy was flawed. We wanted fast, physical, whatever the spark rating was, and forgot about football IQ.
You try to replace one stupid move with another stupid move. Stupid is and stupid does.
You can't replace football IQ with another deer. That ain't gonna work.
Right.
Analytics can do absolutely nothing for the heart. We up here talking about guys who just want it, man. When I look at Josh Allen, like I said, I think he's a bad quarterback. I don't think he's a very good quarterback. You hear what I said? I said quarterback. But the dude plays with a lot of heart. He plays with a lot of heart. You can see that he won it. And that's what separates him from a lot of quarterbacks. Josh Allen is really, like, he's willing to put his body on the line. I don't see a lot of quarterbacks that really do that. Outside, I don't even see Cam Newton in his heyday willing to put his body on the line the way Josh Allen is.
You want to know another quarterback that's willing to do that, Mike?
Patrick Mahomes with the attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, I know another quarterback that's willing to do
bigger, that. Stronger Patrick Mahomes with the attitude.
Mm-hmm. There's a quarterback that now wears the number 1 that is willing to put his body on the line. Y'all know his name.
Oh my God! Please tell me. It's red. Is it red in his? Well, I'll say black now.
Yep, it's red and black.
Okay, I got you.
I'm about to say I know. I'm about to say I know you ain't. Look, I'm about to say I know you ain't talking about Kyler Murray, old 3-year-old running ass. I know you ain't talking about that.
We talking about our new quarterback 1 that everybody want to write off. He put his body on the line.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you gonna put his body on the line, but
and you're right, Devontae, because that was my whole point that I was making earlier. And here's the one good thing that we have with having Mariota. Mariota has been through everything good and bad that a quarterback can go through. From injury to losing his job to getting cut. You know what I'm saying? All of that. He's been through it all as far as adversity is concerned. You want a cat like that has that kind of motivation to get back, to step back up, and he's not watching his interview, he's not coming in here with his eyes closed. He's fully aware of what the situation is and what his part in it is.
Yeah, it's just like
he knows he's got to perform, he's got to help guys, and he has to also teach this offense.
I'm looking for guys that have the want to improve, the want to win. I'm not looking for the rah-rah Twitter guys. So I'm liking that Mariota came in and expecting to be Marcus Mariota. He know Matt Ryan's shoes big. He ain't trying to fill Matt Ryan's shoes. He's trying to fill Marcus Mariota's shoes.
That was the most important thing he said.
That's all I needed to hear.
That was the most important thing that he said. I know Matt did some great things here. Those shoes, I can't be him. I could be the best version of myself that I could be. That was the most important thing that he said.
Because by him doing that, he doesn't put the pressure on himself. The team already has low expectations as it is.
Right.
But by him not putting that expectation on him, see, now the team can flow. The team can flow better. So now, and I tell everybody this right now, the Falcons can shock people. This draft, they hit this draft the right way, they can shock people this year. If Mariota kind of coasting through, long as he stay healthy, we'll be fine.
The one aspect that no one's really talking about is we have a bunch of people on this team that have to prove it, that they are capable of staying in this league and capable of putting their money on the table. We all want to talk about how much money they got in 2023. These players right now can earn some of that.
Why?
But you're going to have to play successfully. You're going to have to win some games. They're not going to go out there and tank. This is their job. This is their life.
Exactly.
You're going to be surprised about who Auden Tate might turn out to be, Hodge, Bird, OZ might even turn out to be something. Frank Darby, all of them. You're going to see. You get a chance.
We have 4 receivers right now that I think have a chance, to do some special things. So we got some big bodies now, some long bodies, and some more speed.
Football not played on paper. You can't be looking at the names and think because they're not an eye-popping name or they don't got their highest overall on Madden. They just
that part.
You can't do that.
Say it again.
This scheme.
Say that last part again.
Because they don't got a high rating on Madden. They just suck. Don't look at we talking about Madden. No, we talking about real life. What can they provide for the Atlanta Falcons in real life?
Exactly. But Marquise here said Malik Willis looks good as far as the eye test, but analytics would suggest he's a second-round pick. You really think that he has fallen to the second round?
Falling?
It's based on ceiling, man. Everybody think that he has one.
It's based, it's just like basketball. It's based on potential.
It's why you draft somebody like what's that dude the Jazz drafted a long time ago? He out of the league now.
I've tried to stay away from this Malik Willis thing, but I'm gonna ask the obvious question: what conference he come from?
Hell, if I know, I don't even know what conference Liberty playing.
That's probably the problem. But he came from Conference USA.
Oh, let me ask you a question too. Let me ask you a question. How many Liberty games do you think everybody has watched?
None of them. I can answer that for you. None of them. They see these highlights. They think he the next Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's what they want him. He black. He from Atlanta. Bring him here. That's it. That's the only scouting and analytics that went into it.
Now let's talk about this for a second. In Conference USA, the three good teams that carried Conference USA 10 years ago all left to go to better conferences. What defense did you know of in Conference USA now?
I don't know. I'm looking for it right now. I can't find it.
Now, with that being said, their Liberty's out of conference schedule the last 3 years has been borderline cupcake-ish. Okay.
Mike making that face.
Yeah, Mike. I said that borderline cupcake-ish. And that's being nice about it. Now, we all saw what he did in the Senior Bowl.
Nothing. I saw it.
Now, to that same person that made the analytical call and the eye test call, what did your eye test show you about Malik Willis in the Senior Bowl?
I'll tell you what I saw. He can't throw over the middle of the field.
Okay.
He refused
now you want to bring that to the NFC South. You want to bring that to this division.
That showed throughout his film. He more so throws on the outside. He has a great arm as far as strength and accuracy. Accuracy things he got to work on. And throwing motion. But as far as throwing over the middle field and being the type of player that Atlanta might need, I don't think that's him. I really don't. I think he needs to sit and have some seasoning. But the way this league is going to work, he's going to go somewhere where they're going to just throw him out there. We can't afford to do that.
All of us been watching football a long time. The average time for a quarterback that actually gets it has been 3 to 5 years. Okay. Now, we ain't even talk about setbacks. Now, we saw that in Justin Fields last year. Do we want to relive our own movie in that same aspect? I mean, come on, man. Make it make sense.
We got to keep talking about situations when it comes for players. Right. You have to go to the situation that you can be the most successful in. You can't tell me that y'all want to talk so bad about this Falcons offensive line, and then y'all like, let's throw Malik Willis out there. Y'all just gonna break him because y'all want him to be running around spinning off him. Is he gonna succeed here? That's the question. Is he gonna succeed here? Right. How is he gonna succeed here? What weapons does he have? There's a lot of more questions that go into it.
Here's a question right here I want to answer. This Vaughn said, where did Big Ben come from? Yes, he came from Miami of Ohio. Pay attention to that Steelers team that he got drafted to.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to do jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's all depending on where the situation come from. We said.
That boy came in and they won 15 straight games.
15 straight games on running the ball.
Right.
Where Hines Ward and Plexico Burris and Antoine Randall L as your receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Kstylzz, we don't even have to go across the league for an example. We got our own damn team in 2008, man. What did Matt Ryan come into?
Great point.
He came into a runner.
We did the same thing with Vic. Vic had plenty of weapons in the defense.
Mm-hmm. Running game. But
Falcons don't draft quarterbacks just to throw them out and not have a return on their investment. Falcons have never done that. Even you go back to Brett Favre days, like we still had we always had receivers and running backs, but the quarterbacks didn't pan out. The Falcons never put their quarterbacks in position when they're going to fail. They've never done that.
Right. So, like I said, if it was one of those cases where the Falcons already had a defense established, they already had a run game established, but they felt like Matt Ryan was not up to par.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just using this as a Falcon sense right here, in the hypothetical. See, that would make sense. But from what I've seen on tape about Malik Willis, and I'm talking about from the good tapes that I've seen from him, all his throws is outside the numbers and past the safeties. I don't see jack shit in the middle.
Let me throw this out there. What about the Atlanta Falcons offense tells you that that's how they run? Obviously, it's going to look different with Marcus Mariota, but you think Mariota's going to be throwing deep bombs and outside? No, he's not going to be doing all that.
Right.
He's going to be game management. Take the time off the clock. If you taking Malik Willis to do that, you are wasting the pick. I'm telling you.
Right. But like you said, that's the difference. Because like I said, if we see that, and I think it's not even just the the analytics of it. I think people throw emotions into it. Like, this is what I want. This is what makes me feel good. So I think this guy can be that guy because it makes me feel good to see that.
If half these Falcons fans was as smart as they thought they were or claimed to be, why ain't they talking about Matt Carroll?
See, I was going to bring that up. You got me, but I know a lot of people say scout the player.
SEC defense,
not the helmet.
Okay, who was probably the most motivated quarterback. My bad, folks. My bad.
He about to get into. He about to get in there. He about to hit that motherfucker.
I was about to click that one too. Go ahead, Reed. Go ahead.
Oh, the question here is, which one of these players do you see as a day one starter for Atlanta at pick 8?
Jordan Davis.
Jermaine Johnson. I'll tell you that.
Whoever the fuck you pick at 8. Look, whoever the fuck you pick at 8.
I see two guys, obviously. Potentially 3. And I don't think a lot of people gonna like this, but for me, it's Jordan Davis, Jermaine Johnson, and Drake London. I think Drake is just the one you talk about. When you look at that combination of Kyle Pitts, we got to understand that Kyle Pitts is a freak of nature. He's not a traditional receiver. He's not a traditional tight end, and you can use him any type of way. So you got Drake London, who goes about 6'3", 6'4", 220, and you pair those guys together. It's going to be difficult to stop for one reason and one reason alone. Kyle Pitts runs like a damn wide receiver. Okay, he's not your traditional tight end. He is a freak of nature. He's Tony Gonzalez. Okay, he's Shannon Sharp. Those guys were absolute freaks of nature. So you can't use those guys the same way. So if they end up going with Drake London at that position, because one thing I do like about Drake, he doesn't run every route as crisp as you would hope, but he uses his body like a big, like a tight end. He uses his body like a tight end. He knows how to
like power forward.
He's like a power forward playing wide receiver, and that's what I'm more intrigued.
I mean, shit, you see that 540 dunk he did? Yeah, he's definitely a basketball player.
Right.
But yeah, whoever get picked at 8 is gonna be a starter. Even if they would shock the hell out of us and get an offensive lineman probably would not be a starter. But I doubt they'll go that far because you still got a young offensive line as we speak now, so they not finna just throw all that away. I saw another one. Somebody asked, would you draft Kyle Hamilton if he fell to you?
No.
No. The more I looked at Kyle Hamilton, I don't know.
Okay, first and foremost,
I
we
don't
drafted
know.
safety last year. There is no need for a Hamilton. There's no need for.
Exactly.
We've done. We not only did we drafted our backfield, our defense backfield. Well, okay, we're talking about this coaching staff's second year, their second off season, and they're gonna do some redundantly dumb shit like draft another safety when we picked 2 last year.
Well, one thing about I think with Kyle Hamilton is everybody kind of overhyped him. I mean, then when he didn't test well, everybody started dropping him down boards. I mean, that's cool. He's 6'4", whatever weight he is. But it's like right now we got 2 solid safeties already. You drafted Richie Grant, who was thought to be one of the best safeties in the last year's draft, and you got Jalen Hawkins, who was coming on to his own. It's like you're throwing more capital in that position. You're kind of wasting your time.
I put it to you like this: if you can't compare him to Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu and feel good about it, why are we talking about this man?
Exactly.
They did, but I mean, I don't see it. I don't know where the Ed Reed comparisons came from.
I don't know what I don't know what that is.
That's the standard. That's the standard. Polamalu and Ed Reed are the standard at that position. Running like standard. When you hold somebody name up to those 3 guys right there, and if you don't feel good about it, why are we having the conversation?
I don't know, man.
I got a question for y'all right quick. How much do y'all believe that a prospect's competition factors into where you want to draft them?
Hold on, say that again.
I said, how much do y'all feel competition factors and when y'all are evaluating prospects? Such as, I know everybody's talking about Malik Willis, and then nobody wants to talk about Matt Carroll, even though he was playing in the SEC.
It depends on who you talking to, because somebody ain't gonna really look at logic sense. That's why I was asking about people kind of using more so of their emotion and their feelings about a prospect more so than the actual situation they play in. Like you said, for example, Matt Carroll. From what I've seen, Matt Carroll look like he's the number 1 rated quarterback in this draft right now. But all you hear is Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. These are the only 2 names you hear.
I honestly don't see why. I mean, coming into bowl season, everybody's talking about Matt Carroll, and then it changes after every other game. You know, he get hurt, it's like, oh no, we got to drop him down.
People get caught up being prisoners of the moment,
right?
And then they don't have a big picture outlook. They have the concept of the final score is the totality.
Because
when the final score never tells the entire story of a game.
It's like with Kayvon Thibodeau, he done went from
against SEC defenses for the last 4 years. Okay, you can't tell me that either one of these 2 other guys has a better ceiling than this kid. When you have faced the Alabamas, the Georgias, the LSUs, the Floridas 2-3 times, and has been in a lot of those games. He's war tested for if you're looking for a quarterback to be ready to come. Matt Carroll is a guy that you should want. He's tough. I've seen him take a hit with an accurate throw off that hit. But you know, when you have the small minds, yeah, I said it. Small minds.
I mean, let me say something real quick. I don't think people even think. I wouldn't even call it small minds. I don't think they're thinking at all. I think people get caught up in these. I think people get caught up in the rankings. They see a top 30 player or a top 10 players and just like, all right, he ranked as the third best quarterback. And like, y'all not even think, like a lot of people don't think about fit. They don't think about, what's the player, his best attribute. Like they don't get caught up in that type of stuff. And that's why I say with the Falcons' new scheme, they don't need a lot of guys that's going to step out on the limb as far as their athleticism is concerned. Because you're going to bet, like in the Falcons offense, you're not going to use your athleticism outside of the running back position, wide receiver. This is a physical offense. You got to be able to get your ass off the line, wide receivers, and you got to be able to block. I mean, everybody on the offense is going to be able to block. The Falcons don't run a lot of prissy stuff. Arthur Smith is going to run stuff that's going to get him 3 yards here, 5 yards here, and if again, wide receivers, you saw it several times during the season where he just calling a bunch of curls. He using a lot of pick plays just to get guys open, and occasionally you'll see a deep pass, or you'll see deep. You won't see a lot of deep pass concept. You won't see a lot of 9 routes in this offense. So you're not going to in this offense. You're not going to use your speed as much as a Kansas City or Philadelphia. They force those styles of offense. You're going to use your speed.
Right.
In this offense, you better be physical and you better be ready to play, or you gonna get embarrassed.
Yep.
So you're not going to use a lot of that. So I think gotta stay away from these top 30s and top 15s. Like, where the football players at? How is this guy ready to play in this offense? Because let's keep it 100. The reason why Julio and Calvin really acted as a damn fool is because their abs was gonna get dirty. They know they was gonna get dirty. Let's just keep it 100. Julio wasn't ready to fight no more. Once your ass done got punched a couple of times,
I don't want the plays no more.
What happened last year? What happened last year that I said there was a possibility to happen? Julio left his bread and butter, went to Tennessee, and laid an egg, just like every other receiver that has left Mac done.
And we don't know what's on their board. I don't know why people are claiming to say that they're not high on Johnson. I know they're high on Johnson and Thibodeau. They're high on actual impact players. We don't know what their draft board is looking like. So anybody that's confirming that's what they draft board is like.
Whoa! I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you right quick. Look. See, this is where I was gonna stop and say, like, you actually had a brain. People actually have brains, but
Lord, what the
this questions like this is just make me question your IQ as a football, because you're talking about a guy like Deion Jones that literally this is what we're talking about. Deion Jones led the team in tackles for losses, and he had over 130 tackles. So how is he not able to fit in any defense? You had 130 tackles. Just take a second to think about what you just said right now. He had 130 tackles, and he led the team in tackles for losses. How is that not a fit in any defense? Furthermore, Grady Jarrett, Grady Jarrett is a 3 tech. If you guys don't know what a 3 tech is, it's a pass rushing defensive tackle. He can play in any style of defense, as long as he gets the opportunity to rush the passer. Okay, that's the difference. Those guys can adapt to any style of defense. But if you don't have the guys around them to keep those guys off those double teams and triple team, you're not going to see the best of them. So it's not them that is lacking. It's everybody else around him because everybody's focused on Deion and Grady. So people, learn to use your brain. Just use your brain sometimes. Stop looking at these individual efforts and look at everybody around them. How you going to get the best out of Grady Jarrett, Sam? Somebody, how you going to get the best out of Grady Jarrett?
I'll say this. You have to look at all 11. We can't keep looking at one guy and saying, well, oh, it's you. It's not just you. If you don't have an actual nose tackle that's supposed to take the double teams and do the double work and do the dirty work, how are you telling me that there was a game where Grady Jarrett was triple teams. They do not respect you if you can put 3 players on one guy. So how are you telling me though he doesn't fit where he's getting that much respect from the offensive team? Triple team from an offensive line, they only got 5 players. Why are they putting 3 on 1?
and the Falcons still got no pressure. Think about that.
They still got no pressure.
We did not even touch the quarterback in that game.
And that was against the Lions.
We didn't even touch the quarterback. We didn't.
But we questioning Grady Jarrett's fit or Deion Jones' fit.
We questioning Deion Jones and Grady Jarrett. They literally getting double team and triple team. And we talking about they're not a fit in the defense. Huh?
Wait, Mike. We talking about the same man that had 3 sacks in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. 3.5. 3.5.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna take that away. That
guy. the same man that's on NFL films right now with about 5 different coaches in 5 different games. Did anybody have an eye on 97? Saying the same thing. That guy.
Our starting nose tackle right now came off the couch. As far as health.
Say that again.
Hold on. Go and say that again. I want to say something after you say it. Go ahead and say that again.
Our starting nose tackle this season came off the couch.
And also remember, guess who was surrounding Grady Jarrett last year for most of the year? Stephen Means and Tyler Davison.
Come on, bro.
I want to talk about people who don't fit. Let's talk about them.
What the fuck is the fit? The hell y'all talking about? This is the reason why I be damn rank, because y'all say stupid ass shit like that. Talking about Grady. You playing some Stephen Means as your starting defense and edge, and Tyler Route 96 as a defensive tackle, and you talking about Grady Jarrett and Deion on fit. Man, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Hold on, let me read some stuff off on here.
Go ahead, man. Jesus
let me read
Christ.
some stuff. Okay. So you said Fourier had 192 tackles, right? Last year. Mm-hmm. So he had 102 solo and 90 assists. Deion had 137 tackles on 50 assists.
Wait. Now, there's some irony. There's some irony here. All right.
So what is the fit? We're talking about fit. One of the guys can actually hold his own.
But Deion led the league in tackles for loss.
He was tied. He led the team in tackles for loss with 8. He was tied.
He led the league with that number.
Hold on.
I think for a linebacker he did tackle for loss for linebackers. For linebackers, yeah.
Even still.
Yeah.
So are you?
But you got some smart asses on here. They'll be like, oh no. But
we got some geniuses.
So let me ask a question real quick. So are you telling me that one of them is holding their own and one of them is coming for second? That's what I heard. Because that's what the assist is.
Yeah. Think about it. Fourier had 102 solo and 90 assists. Deion had 87 solo, and 50 assists.
You look at. I don't want to go to my calculator right now.
Not the calculator.
You telling me, damn near over 80% of his tackles was with somebody else?
Right.
But here's the problem that nobody really talks about. If you got Dion and Fourier in the middle, and both of those guys are not used to being the guy doing the dirty work, do both of them really fit? Because if you saying that Dion doesn't fit this system, do you realize as much attention as he got opened it up for Fourier to have the season he had?
Yeah.
If yo, bruh, Sam said it earlier. Sam, go and give that number again. 2,200.
2,200 plus yards on the ground given up.
And you telling me Ford assisted on 90 of that?
Let's add context to why that number was so high. You had Isaiah Oliver, who's great run support from the slot, to go out after week. What was it? Week 4 or 5?
Or somewhere in there, 4 or 5. I think.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
Now look at the run support in the next 4 games after Isaiah goes down. Look at the running back performances against us in the next 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fast forward to, all right, they decided to put Rush in. Rush stopped the bleeding a little bit. But even still, without Oliver, we still had that problem.
Teams changed their philosophy. They started rushing more towards the outside. They wasn't running up the middle as much as they were.
I wonder why. Stephen Means can't hold it edge. That's probably why.
Right. Hold on. I did. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Devontae said he didn't pull out his calculator. I pulled out my calculator. Okay, so I'm finna do this like this. Okay, so Fourier had 90 assists. Let's divide that by how many of the 4. So that means 46% of Fourier's tackles were assisted.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, so let's go. So let's go to Deion Jones. He had 50 assists on 137 tackles.
Ooh, all right.
He assisted on 36%.
But 82 of Debo's tackles were solos. 82. And then he had the 50 assists. That's the number. That's the number that should be in the question. The solo and the assists.
Right. So basically, Fourier out of Fourier's 192 tackles, almost 50% of those were assisted.
Yep.
Whereas
elaborate what assisted means. People probably don't know what assisted means. So elaborate what assisted.
More than one person making the tackle. It was more than one person. There were multiple people making the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey, let me do this. When Trey Young passes the ball and someone else scores, that means he helped them do what?
Get the basket.
He gave assist.
Right.
Yeah. Look.
We got to bring it back to the base defense. When we got our base 3-4, you know how many different starters we had?
Right.
You brought in Rush because he had to take Tyler Davis's job. Then you brought in Mike Pennell. Then you also brought in Nick Thurman, who had to play. Like, that tells you there was a bunch of problems with the interior defensive line. It was solved.
Right. But hold on. Let me finish this, though. Deion had 137 tackles, right?
Right.
Out of those 137 tackles, only 36% of them were assisted.
So he so he had a high percentage of actual tackles than Fourier, and we're questioning whether or not Deion Jones is still the guy. This again, these are the numbers that people.
Hold on. Let me do it again. I'm gonna give everybody the formula.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give everybody the formula. You take the assists divided by the total tackles, and you get the percentage. Yes, Fourier had more solos, But he only had like 13 more solos than Deion. Don't act like he had a whole bunch more.
Right. Actually, it was 10 because he had 92. Deion had 82.
Right.
Kstylzz, can you give me Rashaan Evans' numbers from 2019 and do that same for me?
Rashaan Evans, let's go. Let's look at Rashaan Evans. Let's look at that.
Wow, they really saying speak English.
Who said speak English?
I hope everybody understand what we're saying.
Right. Now, Mike.
Oh shit! I typed the wrong thing.
Now, Mike, this also leads into how you broke down exactly what Dean P's concept of his defense is, as far as the defensive backfield and the linebackers and how they intertwine and their blitz scheme concept. I think that's what you said.
Basically, the linebackers are they act as extra edge rushers, depending on what the package pressure is. That's why you got to have guys. His slot corners are a lot like safety, so he'll end up sending a blitz. He'll send his linebacker in the A and B gaps, and sometimes the C gaps, and that corner will actually fill that gap. So if Deion is coming through that B gap, that's how Mike Walker ended up getting that interception, because he sent those blitzes, and then if you look at Mike Walker, he kind of spied the quarterback and just looked at him. That's kind of how he used everything in front of him. That's how he uses. So you're going to see a lot of that. So in this defense, he has to have slot corners like Isaiah Oliver and Eric Harris, because those guys are going to be essential in his coverage underneath.
Yep.
Because his safeties don't really come out. They very seldom come out of this off top. You very seldom see them coming down low. If they're coming down low, you're going to see. I believe it was a play where Terrell was playing the third. He set the blitz. Terrell was playing the third, and he ended up getting the batted pass. So those are the times the only time you see a safety coming down at Dean Pease is you're going to see a corner play a third, or the slot corner play a third. He loves to switch those thirds.
And that's why you need that thumper in the middle of this thing. That way, everybody eat.
So in retrospect, basically what we're saying is Deion Jones actually played the thumper role last year.
What's Rashaan Evans coming in here to do?
To play the thumper role, so Deion can go back and play his role.
Do what he does. Yep.
Interesting. Did you get the numbers?
He had 111 total tackles, 42 solo. Right around 36% of his tackles were assisted.
I wonder who that sounds like.
Wow, that sounds exactly like the guy we just had.
So you bring in Rashaan Evans to do Debo's role while Debo goes back to his original role, huh?
Right.
So you see how we just did it? You see how we just did that? We just opened up something brand new here that nobody thought about.
You're not gonna get that everywhere.
You look at what the linebacker room look like right now. You got Rashaan Evans, you got Debo, you got Walker, and ain't Carter a linebacker as well?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Linebacker room looking pretty good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So going back,
that went unnoticed. Arthur Smith revamped the training staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he revamped the training staff. We got some high profile physicians off in Flowery Branch right now, which Lorenzo Carter has been seen with since he been here. Yeah, getting right. Yeah, getting that physical therapy and getting right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's the main thing. You gotta get them right. So remember, you can tell everybody that Kstylzz said this, and anybody that said anything about Deion Jones. The reason why a lot of people say Deion Jones had an off year this year,
one reason,
is because he played the thumper role this year.
Yeah.
What's a bad shoulder on top of it? A bad shoulder.
He didn't get those 3 picks he normally get because he was too busy inside the trenches.
Trying to help the lack of
Hey, look,
trenches that we had.
Look, Fourier got those 3 picks.
That part.
Got a good contract, but have fun for you.
The smaller guy got the thumper roll, so that's why you saw the smaller guy getting rolled over a couple of times.
Right.
Like, ain't that about it?
Also a former.
He been in that corner, going up in the trenches and running into 330, 325, 303, 3 everything, 300 plus.
We've seen him put on Pro Bowl tape, so I just got to say that we've seen him put on Pro Bowl tape. He can do it again.
Oh yeah,
right. Give him a nose tap.
I'm
waiting for one. We only got one on the roster right now, but everybody thinking
and people talk about Debo like, you know what I'm saying, he been in the league a decade and been garbage.
That's a lot of.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? What were we talking about? 6 years?
If that was true, why is he the only one still here? Why is Devon J. Campbell keep trying to find where to go?
Right.
Oh, he's a Pro Bowler. He made 1,500 solo tackles.
Right. And he can cover too. Deion is probably one of the most underrated cover linebackers in the NFL as well.
You're right. But everybody everybody has a revisionist history when it comes to looking at players, thinking, "Well, we should have never let Devon J. Campbell go because he looked okay in Green Bay."
The thought process of this fan base is hopelessly, hilariously hysterical. It is. Because I still got the question, and I'm going to keep asking it all year long. Because you're moping around him. You got your mobile quarterback. I'm trying to understand, where's the rah-rah? Y'all supposed to be, I mean, you had your celebration party at the Blue Flame. Okay, where's your rah-rah? You supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, dropping the show every day. Where's the podcast set? You got your mobile quarterback.
This is untrue. This is another untrue statement. This is an ignorant and untrue statement. If you go back and look at the linebackers, go look at one. I always get his name. It starts with a D. What's his name? I'll find it. But a lot of linebackers aren't very big.
Nope.
It may be 10. A lot of linebackers in Baltimore, I forget. Hold on, I'll put it up. But their linebackers aren't very good. They're super athletic. He like linebackers that are athletic, and this is one of the main reasons why he has to have an Anthony Rush and a Mike Pennell in the middle, because his linebackers can do their thing.
If we want to talk about how the game has evolved, that's exactly where the point is. A lot of players are more athletic, and they appear to be a little bit more smaller. These linebackers now are almost the size, as far as weight, as safety.
Right.
That's just the new game. You're going to see 3-4s with guys that are that size. We're not back in the day where everybody was over 250. As you see, guys like that right now are being almost casted out. A guy like Leighton Vander Esch for the Cowboys, where he was at now, over here injury prone and everything. But then guys like Deion Jones are still here playing solid.
Like you said, at the end of the day, Deion's not the problem on the defense.
No.
The wall in front of him was the issue, and that goes with any linebacker.
Yeah, if you want to talk about the past of what his personnel was, you have to understand how long Dean Pease has been coaching. He's been coaching since before the era of the small linebacker.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. When has Ray Lewis not had a big nose tackle in front of him?
How many times has that man said, if it wasn't for Nada, Tony Siragusa, and them boys, he wouldn't have had the career that he had? How many times he said that?
That man was so big, man. Ooh. The nose tackle is such an important position, but don't nobody want to talk about it, man. Vince
Wilfork in Bill Belichick's system. I mean, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Your boy Dante Hightower had a 6-year run there where he was like damn near all world at linebacker. Why? Because he had Big Vince in front of him, taking up 2-3 offensive linemen, and he just scooting on through, stuffing the run, busting the quarterback, killing screenplays.
The last time we had an actual good nose tackle was Dontari Poe.
And that 2007. Hold on, let me look up that Falcons 2017 season so we'll know this for sure.
And let me throw another name out there. Before Dontari Poe, you got to go even further for Big Grady Jackson.
Babineau.
I think Babineau was
Babs held down that spot for a good while.
He damn sure did. I give him that. Let's look at the defensive numbers for that since
USS Babineau.
And I don't like the way they pushed him out the back though.
Okay, let me see where Dontari Poe at. Okay, so when Dontari Poe was here, this is the last time you had a big defensive tackle in front of him. Deion Jones had 3 interceptions, 1 sack, 140 tackles, and 47 assisted.
Oh, that's just pretty good, huh?
Grady Jarrett had 13 quarterback hits, 55 tackles, and 4 sacks.
And my bad, David. I don't know why I forgot about Rod Coleman.
Oh, Rod Coleman. Oh, yeah. Rod Coleman was that dude, too. Adrian Claiborne and Tat McKinley led our team in sacks that year. We're both combined for 15.5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to overhype, but Adrian Claiborne getting 6 of those in one game.
Right.
Pass rush on me.
Wasn't that against the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was against Cowboys.
Was horrible.
Yeah.
Falcons had 39 sacks that year.
Still pedestrian. But way better than what we had last year.
Exactly. So, at the end of the day, this defense need a defensive line.
Gotta have those big guys in the middle. Don't matter what your size is, you gotta have those big guys in the middle.
And I hate revisiting this game. I really do. I mean, but But going through and watching the defensive play caller last year from Dean Pease, I mean, it's different when you watch him as an opposing defense coordinator, but when you watch him as your defense coordinator and you see different shit and you really get to know shit, and even though he hadn't even got a chance to get into his bag, I would, I can't help myself to say it, but if Dean Pease had been coaching our defense in 2016, we won that Super Bowl. Because you're not gonna tell me he gonna sit in one half and only blitz just twice.
At the end of the day, you have to have a defensive line that affects the quarterback in multiple ways, man. We can't have a defensive
That
line for
line
years
was
upon.
affecting the quarterback. Shit, they got to him 4 times in the first half.
Let me say this, y'all. We have been on for an hour and 40 minutes. That's exactly how much time opposing quarterbacks have against this defense.
Right.
So what are you saying, Todd?
What exactly is that?
What is that?
Do all you?
That's again we talking about. This is the first time. One thing we know about Dean Pease, he's gonna learn to adjust. He's gonna adjust to every defense, the times, all of that. To adjust. That's the key to everything. Like a lot of people think Ray Lewis was like 250 pounds. Ray Lewis was actually not that big.
He was just swole. He was cutting the motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't 250 pounds and all that. That was Ed Hartwell. Those guys were the big guys, the thumpers. Ray Lewis was the guy. I mean, he played with them big ass shoulder pads that actually made them look a lot bigger than way. But Ray was actually he wasn't that big. That was one of the main reasons why he didn't get because back in the day, they actually wanted your linebackers to be huge.
Yep.
That's the reason why Jesse Tuggle was looked down because he was a smaller linebacker.
I'll ask the chat
But
this real quick.
he had the nickname the Hammer for a reason though.
I'll ask a question like this: what makes Jarrell Casey fit, but not Grady Jarrett?
Right.
What?
What makes Jarrell Casey fits Dean Pease defense, but not Grady Jarrett?
Did you read that as somebody else's question?
No, I'm coming up with off the top.
No, I don't think you understand what he said. What makes Jarrell Casey? If Jarrell Casey can fit in Dean Pease, why Grady Jarrett can't?
Everybody wants to point at his height,
right?
I get that. I was just, I was trying to understand where it was coming from. I mean, because it's a stupid ass question to me.
we know the answer, but it's like, why are we questioning? Do they fit? We understand that it was an entire different philosophy that people had to learn and adjust to. You're going from 2 gap into 1 gap. You have to adjust. And then how you gonna 1 gap when the next person behind you getting gapped through the butt? So how you gonna 1 gap?
Right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask a schematic question here. What's the difference between what Grady Jarrett is and a 1 tech, if I'm asking this right?
Well, Grady is a unicorn, man.
Because he can play any position on the line.
No, not necessarily. Well, Grady is a unicorn because Grady can be in those. But you don't want necessarily. You want Grady Jarrett, like for a lot of nose tackle. Those guys actually have the girth and overtime. During the course of the game and the season, their body gets beat up. So you don't want Grady Jarrett in the middle of that defense for the most part, getting, holding the point. But most of those guys who are a nose tackle, those guys typically lack the speed. So Grady Jarrett, he can be a nose, but you don't want him being the nose because he can do other things. He like Grady can literally play every position on the defensive line.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can't do. There's nothing Grady Jarrett can't do. But again, you just don't want the, during the course of the season, you don't want the wear and tear on a Grady Jarrett because he can do those other things.
The objective from now on is to get our players in one-on-one situations. And I'm not just talking Grady.
I ask it like this then. Okay, what's the difference between a 3-tech and 1? Like I'm hoping I'm trying to ask this question right.
Yeah,
because I couldn't ask it with Grady because Grady could do.
All right, so what a 3-tech is, he lines up on the outside, of the right guard, the right guard. So you have the 3-tech. There's holes. The center, the 1-tech lines up like between the 0. He lines right over the center.
Over the center.
And you got the 1, and then you got a 1, and then you got the guard. You got the 3-techs. They line up outside shoulder, and you got the 4. The 4 is right over the tackle, and then the 5 and the 6 you kind of get. But yeah, the 3-tech is outside the guard, and his job is to occupy that outside shoulder of the guard.
Mm-hmm.
So he always line out on the outside. So that's why you see a lot of times Grady Jarrett with his swim moves, he beats guards inside because he's lining up on the outside of the guard. So that's he's just outside the shoulder of the guard.
Yeah. So basically, what Grady's thing is by lining up on that outside shoulder, it's also to occupy the tackle as well, to make the tackle things. Because if he beat him with the swim move right off the snap like that, the tackle has to think now, oh shit, I gotta protect this guy. That's why you need a efficient pass rusher outside of Grady to open all that shit up.
Open it up.
Because if he beats that guard outside shoulder, or he can swim and then all of a sudden rip back and inside, see the tackle is out the way. If you have a pass rusher that's bringing in a lot of pressure, and now that's what Grady can do his damage at.
That's why their stunts a few years ago with Vic Beasley and them was so effective.
Because Grady was able to beat that. He was able to beat that guard, and then it left Vic Beasley one-on-one.
Right.
So as a talent, it worked hand in hand. And what Dan Quinn did to combat that, to try to keep those guys away from Vic and Grady and Babineau during that time, he would use a lot of stunts. But he had a guy in Rashid Hageman that, he could eat up double teams and free that other guy, which is the outside or which is the defensive tackle. Depending on what it could be a defensive tackle, it could be the White Freeney. During that time, they like the White Freeney could still beat one-on-ones. So that's why they're using those stunts, so they help the other guys to get a one-on-one opportunity. So you don't have a guy like Grady Jarrett at that 3-tech. That's why it's so difficult for people to stop Aaron Donald, because Aaron Donald, he lined up on the outside of their guard. No guard in the NFL can, they can't hold him. So it just puts so much pressure on the tackle to make a decision. And if a tackle even hesitates for a slight second, that defensive end going to crash on him.
It's a wrap.
I think that was the team, that 16-17 team was the last time we actually had true depth on defense.
Right. Because that 17 season, that was the top 10 defense we had, was the Don Terry Poe Grady Jarrett combination. We haven't seen that since.
Right.
Think about that.
So you gotta have that edge. You gotta have that edge when you have a Grady Jarrett because with Grady Jarrett, that tackle is not respecting the outside, so they gonna just sit on Grady Jarrett. He's not gonna get those one-on-ones. And a lot of times, what coaches do when they know they got Grady occupied, they just gonna run. They just gonna run a bunch of quick stuff and eat up the middle of the field. That's why you got to have a guy like Isaiah Oliver when they go to that philosophy, take that away because it gives them more time. Got to have a slot corner when you don't have edge guys. If you don't have the edge guys, got to have a slot corner to give the defensive end or the defensive tackles more time to get to the quarterback. You got to have a slot. That's why Isaiah Oliver last the previous years has been so important in that slot because it gave them an extra second or two to at least try to get. So you gotta have that slot corner in this NFL because all teams gonna do is go to that RPO and try to knock that out to try to speed up the game or knock out the best pass rusher we got is Grady Jarrett. We're gonna get the ball out of his hand quick. That's it.
Makes sense. Rodney here said, how are we signing all these players if we're over the cap and Grady has not been restructured yet? Grady may be traded on draft night.
No, we still got money left. We just don't have a lot of it. We just don't have a lot.
We still got pennies.
Mm-hmm. These guys aren't signing for $15 million, like $50 million, okay?
Said they signed it for $1 million.
Mm-hmm. These guys are coming here to prove themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Which tells you that they want to be here if they're signing those type of deals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They want opportunity.
Exactly. Like, kick it in the city when we end around town next, dog. This is the sound of throwing pennies on the ground. Yep, that's them. But I think you want to go ahead and wind it down for the night, man. Might as well go ahead and wind it down for the night, man. Like I said, we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in to Friday Night Madness. We're going to eventually open it up again for y'all to come on. Probably do it next Friday. But let Sam go ahead and get your final thoughts in for the people, man. OG.
Final thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have to understand when you act out in public, there are consequences. Things are revealed. Things are noticed. Things are sometimes talked about, and some things aren't talked about. Well, I'm here to talk about those things that you don't want to talk about. The curtain was up on you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to act like it didn't happen, like most of these bigwig networks and wannabe so-called content creators and podcasters that want to ignore the fact that we showed our whole entire KKK racial asshole with that Deshaun Watson bullshit. The curtain was up. Now people are sweeping up under the rug, and all of a sudden now every major network and local news outlet has all this great stuff to say about Matt Ryan. Where was all this for 14 years? Where was it? Because you didn't have nothing nice to say, especially the last 6. You had nothing nice to say about this man. It's a distraction, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let the media distract you from the fact that this fan base showed you all of their true colors, and none of it was good. We can't act like it didn't happen. The cat has long been out the bag, but people walk away from
I think the FCC don't Cut him off. I ain't do it, y'all.
You just cannot dismiss something of that vulgar nature. You can't. The things that were said, the things that were posted was embarrassing. It was vulgar. It was distasteful. And it again, embarrassing. This man wrote a heartfelt letter to this city, to this undeserving fan base. And if you go, it's still pinned. If you go and look at the comment section up under his thank you goodbye letter, it is something out of a carrot 5-starter Coke flick. How could you possibly hate a man that done so much good for this town, for this city, for this team? How? And sleep at night. You got to start looking in the mirror before you hit sin. Just don't. And I'll leave it at that.
Hell no.
All right, Devontae, what you got for the people, man?
I'll just say this real quick. Today's date is April 8th, 2022. This season is the 2022 season. Focus on that. Focus on the players that we have here. Support the players that we have here, the 4 players that we're about to draft soon. Just support this team as it's currently structured. Stop talking about the past. Stop talking about stuff that ain't here now. That's what we're doing. Let's support the team now.
Hey, it's always, like you said, it's the new era now. Tony right here said, I call that 71% of the people poll that wanted Matt Ryan gone, the 71% club. Here go D. Coleman, keep my former quarterback's name out your fucking mouth. Keep my former quarterback's name out of your fucking mouth. That boy got his ass banned from the damn Oscars. 10 years over that shit, bro.
And it ain't gonna hurt him at all because he's still gonna make his coins.
They full of shit. Oscar just wanted to ban a nigga. They just keep my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't say nothing.
Whoa, hold on. Let me say something. No, I ain't say that, Sam. What you talking about, bro? I don't know. Let me. I'm gonna just go Kstylzz. I gotta say something right quick.
Go ahead, man.
Who are you? Who are you? Because we got a lot of people all of a sudden, all you motherfuckers, the holiest Christian, Islamic, Buddhism, all you motherfuckers all of a sudden are Martin Luther King and all y'all, everybody want to hold of his. Oh, I can't believe Will was slapped. Stop. Some of y'all up there slapping your mama, slapping your daddy, attacking your daddy, aunties, and cussing them out and doing all this type of stuff. And this dude slapped somebody that said something crazy, whether you like it or not. He just slapped somebody because he felt like it. That just keep it 100. It wasn't for no reason.
It was legit reason. There is context.
That was a reason why he did it. Whether it was quote unquote professional, they did it. There's a lot of people that's even in these high seats. Hint, hint. We talk about Stephen A. Smith. They use their power to put people down, to shit all over guys like KD. Oh, he used that seat to shit all over KD. Oh, we don't want to talk about that though. They use their power to shit all on KD, and KD defends himself, and now all of a sudden he's sensitive.
No, No, Mike.
Shut up, Sam. I already know where you're going. Shut up, Sam. Shut up. I know where you're going.
He used his seat to break up her
Hold
hand.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. We got people that use their platform to absolutely shit on people, and we up here talking about Will Smith did wrong. Well, if Will Smith wrong, then what the fuck is Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp? I said Shannon Sharp because he can shut the hell up too. Talking about what he would have did, we would have been rolling on him. So if you would have been rolling on it, what makes you think that Will is wrong? You said it yourself. If Will was so wrong, and you say if he would have did that, mean we would have been fighting. If you got that mentality, what makes Will wrong? And like I said, at the end of the day, we gotta stop this punk ass shit and go, oh, Jada did this and Jada. Shut up. You weak.
Right.
You're gonna be talking about another man's woman. That's his woman, whether you like it or not. Their relationship, how they get down, that's how they get down. Because like I said, who are you and what have you done?
Nothing.
That's what I want. That's what I want people to understand. Who are you and what have you done in your life to say that Will is a piece of shit or Jada is a piece of shit? Because I'm sure that we've all done some piece of shit things. And I can tell you that. I know I have. So I'm not one to sit up here and judge and say, oh, Jada is this and Will is this. Come on, bro, stop. Y'all up here raping little kids at Disney Channel. Y'all want to talk about that, though. Y'all want to talk about the Harvey Weinsteins and all these little girls. We just seen Selena Gomez come out and say she's depressed. Why is it everybody at Disney Channel depressed and going fucking insane? We don't want to talk about this type of stuff. But Will and Jada is all fucked up. Oh, come on. Let's get real. So at the end of the day, stop pointing fingers at motherfuckers and saying he wrong, she a hoe. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That's all I gotta say about that. You got too many finger points and nobody want to point their finger at their damn self. Look at yourself before you start talking shit about somebody else. That's all I got to say, man. Cause y'all probably got y'all hoe on speed dial right now, and your thing is sitting next to you on the couch.
Well, since we're gonna speak on that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my final words on that. See, the issue is not so much of everybody's talking about it. And we've had the discussion on that whole situation on this show too. And I asked the question: is she going to hold Will down in public for what he did there? And the issue is she done threw this nigga under the bus now.
Mm-hmm.
This is where a lot of people were talking about, man, she ain't shit. She wrong for that. I mean, you gotta give, but let me be honest with you.
She actually, I don't think what he did was, like I said, what he did is what he did. That's from his perspective.
What he did, but the issue is it's a lot of stuff leading up to it. The issue really come down to is she didn't stop him. Mm-hmm. If she got that much control over him, she didn't stop him.
She didn't try to stop him.
All right. So that's where the situation is coming down. And I think where the issue now is, now you got all this stuff about his kids coming out where his daughter pretty much coming up with letters that she done wrote to Tupac and stuff like it. The whole situation is messy.
Come on, man. Everybody knows she's been in love with Pac. I ain't know.
Exactly. No, that ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new.
Look, I'm not even getting into the fact that he loved her and he look. My point is stop trying to drag a motherfucker down. That's my thing. Everybody writing fucking videos and calling people this and that. At the end of the day, if she ain't doing it, who the fuck cares?
And see, it is the problem that I have about the judgment on this man. Where at any point in his career has Will Smith been out acting an ass or been in jail or in some type of scandal? When for him to walk up on national TV and cold pimp slap this man?
That's a cold pimp slap.
And told you. And then he repeated the same thing he said 3 years ago and the same thing he said 6 years ago. Keep my family name out your mouth. And as a consequence, when you spend too much time breathing Adam Sandler air, Billy Crystal air, and you forget that you black, and you out here talking about black folk like it's all good, like ain't nobody gonna check your ass. You got Brooklyn folks out here looking real ignorant right now. That man told you, and you forgot. Will Smith is from Philadelphia. You forgot. Come on, man. We have to stop.
Let me say this real quick before we go on for another 30 minutes. I'll just say this. I just don't like the fact that everybody trying to do everything possible to destroy somebody. I can't fuck with that.
That has done nothing wrong in his old career.
Knock the shit out of them, call her a hoe and get it over with. Y'all ain't got to it's been going on for damn near a month. And people still trying to kill this man and trying to kill that family. I can't rock with that. So that's all. That's all. Like I said, I just don't like the fact that everybody going out of their way to destroy everybody. Say what you gotta say, do what you gotta do. Like up here banning folks for 10 years. Like y'all got some goddamn nerves. Don't nobody fucking care about no Oscar any damn way.
Right.
Because only people with a certain skin color gonna be there anyways. So who the hell cares? So man, look, man, let's end this. Look, thank you guys for joining because I'm about to go say some shit and probably get banned. But yeah, come on, bro. We appreciate you guys joining us. But yeah, go ahead, Kstylzz.
So until next time, man, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't gotta go home.
You gotta get the hell up out of here.
Facts and figures, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a blessed night.
I'm gonna just end it off like this. You can't take a joke. Don't sit your ass in the front row. Deuces.
Right.